Temperance's meaning. An optimistic card, Temperance encourages you to find balance in your life and approach problems with a calm demeanor. It recognizes that opposing forces need not be at war within you. Tread carefully in any major decisions you make, with confidence that good decisions will lead to a good resolution for you. Past. The experiences you've had learning to work in harmony with others will be an ongoing trend. Balancing the material and psychic elements in your life has deeply influenced you. Present. Something you have long desired will come to fruition. Expect a wealthy partnership or marriage to develop in your immediate social circle. Future. Take control of your life and practice moderation. By staying in balance, you will resolve any current conflicts and begin a new chapter in your life. The Temperance card suggests divine intervention, balance, and harmony. The positive overall presence of this card in your spread reveals high levels of self-confidence and control in your endeavors. The answer provided by this card is most likely yes. Although in general all your relationships are likely to be going quite well, you may need to look at your deeper personal issues and see if or how these are standing in your way. And if they are, how to work through them and integrate them. The idea now is to do what it takes to find balance, in yourself, in your relationships, and with your goals and aspirations. Work, aim high, but don't have expectations of yourself or others that you or they can't possibly meet. Do your work with patience and with stamina, and it will pay off for you in the long run. Your accomplishments will not be overlooked. Love. Often, before you can really have peace and wisdom in your relationships, you need to have peace within yourself. Look at what you feel guilty about, mistakes that you feel you've made in your past. Then forgive yourself, and let them go. It's the only way you can truly make progress. Finances. There is likely to be a good balance between what is going out and what is coming in. However, if you need to increase or collect your earnings, you are going to have to ask for what you deserve. Have courage and pride, and you will not fail. Health. Balance and moderation is the key. Are you eating well, sleeping well, playing and working enough, getting enough exercise? Look at where you might be out of balance and then remedy this. Moderation is definitely the way to good health right now. Spirituality. This is an important time to meditate and to listen to your inner voice for guidance, and if you need help, to ask for it. Both from your higher self and from others. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, Pentacles and Wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909. Not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.